Hello everybody, this is Matador again. It's Thursday, March 12th, marching our way through the week here, and some interesting things happening again in the markets. I'm very interested in this run-up in price actually. So here's the opening, right here, a little 3-minute chart of the S&P, and it sold off in the morning just briefly before rallying strongly back up and stalling at this resistance area. This is pretty cool, the 73.88 area. You can see it knocked into this. Sold off, made lower swing high. Now it's tested it again here recently, and now we have another higher swing low, and it's testing it, knocking on that door. Well, what is that resistance area? We can zoom out. That 73.88 is right here as well, and you can see where it came from. It's this unfilled gap. So nice run up yesterday into this resistance test. People aren't going to be buying long into that very often on the first run up to this, but now we're testing it again and again and again intraday, looking to break past the $74 mark and into the 75, 75.50 range in this gap fill. So that could be a nice move up. In fact, the markets are doing this on some interesting news. Madoff is in jail. Wall Street is rebounding now. They're saying after GE got a rating cut. So it lost its prize top credit rating from Standard & Poor over fears from rising loan losses and lower earnings at its lending arm. Again, just reading a few things off Yahoo Finance here. And jobless claims are rising. GM did say it didn't need the $2 billion from government in March, which is nice. Roche is taking over Genentech, DNA, buying it for $47 billion. So even though a lot of this news isn't necessarily great, it's still holding up nicely and actually forming the very beginning of an ascending triangle here intraday, again, into this resistance area. So that's pretty neat to see. The trend is looking beautiful, holding steady below 1.0. The trend in Q is something to watch out for. It's right at 1.0 now after a big move up. Has spent a lot of the day actually above 1. Doesn't quite corroborate the picture that we were seeing. So let's take a look at the Qs. So here's a very, very nice move. So higher highs, higher lows, just one lower high, right? Higher high in here. So interesting to see that that's going on right into the face of some lower volume on the up move. Let's find out what that resistance is. Looks like if we're past this, I would drop a line in there, resistance, working our way into this left side price over here. I'm actually not seeing a lot of resistance on the way back up except for these people up in here. So we can zoom out. There's an unfilled gap in this area that people are going to be watching out for back in time. Right? So here is that. Obviously, if you scrunch this chart up, you would see that back in time, but there you go. So good to know that. And of course, on a daily chart, you can just see that there's a lot. Overhead 50 MA, 100 MA, another filled gap problem back in here. And so that could be part of the reason why we're seeing that. I see this as being a little bit more weak, actually. You can see the difference between those two charts. Here's a nice swing low, almost a double bottom, maybe just a slightly higher swing low, while the S&P formed something that was lower than that. So if you draw a trend line in through here, you can see the difference in the strength of those two broad markets. Lots of lines, a little bit messy, but the point is price and volume are the most important things. So the tick. Let's go intraday and look at him. Spent most of the day above 0, which is great. And the put-call ratio is looking great at 0.79. Let me zoom out to get rid of that up bar. There it is. So really, really good there. Lots of calls being bought over puts. And the VIX should be dropping off nicely. Yep. Very nice. So after that little run down in price, we had a run up in the VIX and then a nice constant run up in price with a VIX drop. So that's corroborating. This is the only glitch in the matrix that I see is this trend Q reading, and that even right now is dropping a bit. So you can actually watch this S&P test through, hopefully, if you're bullish, this resistance into the $74 mark. If we get some good volume behind that, we might even get some continuation. So that'll be fun to watch. Look at your relative, there he goes right there. So look at your relative strength stocks compared to that. And again, it's kind of fun to watch your resistance and support levels get traded into again and again and again, and then traded through, testing away this resistance, looking for a good volume pop, a spike to corroborate that move and put some pressure behind it. Pretty fun. I don't want to turn the video off because it's going nicely now, but we'll see what we can get. Very good. All right. Well, hope you guys are having a great week so far. It's been fun to be here with you this week so far. And take care. Post any questions you have, and I'll try to get to them.